Hello, thank you for joining me. I this week on I think on the last day of September, 30th of September, when Moon was transiting Purnavasu Nakshatra, we heard, I mean, in the UK, that finally Britney Spears is free of the shackles of her father. I've already done a video about like a synastry between father and daughter. I'll put the link below. It's very interesting. It seems like, it's like she had some form of karma to pay in this lifetime to her dad. It's almost like the father is like her enemy and has been suppressing her because her father's Saturn is exactly on her ascendant. And poor girl, she also natally has that on her ascendant anyway. So she has been, well, all of you know, as much as we like to think that, Saturn is a great planet. It really does discipline all of us and make us do the hard work and be persistent and consistent in our approach to life. However, it is a planet that creates a lot of delays, lack, misery, really, unhappiness as well. So she has had that on her ascendant and her father as well, pushing that on her as well. So imagine how it has been for her since birth, really. And it's really nice to hear that finally at this age, she's like 40 years old, she's got her life back. Wow, it's amazing. Honestly, sometimes I think we look at these celebrities and we wish our lives was like theirs, but who would want that life? It's just so awful. Bless her. So I wish her well, and I hope that she goes forward, living the life that she wants, creating her own reality and life and joy. So gonna start sharing my screen with you because it's better to look at these and see it. So I'm just going to cover this up as well. Okay, so this is on the day when the news came. Moon was in Gemini. So actually, Gemini being like the third natural sign of the zodiac, it's all about media, news, everything in the news. So on the news, on the 30th, we heard that Britney Spears is finally, has got her freedom. Moon in Purnavasu, Purnavasu is ruled by Jupiter. And Jupiter right now is in the skies, is actually in Capricorn, which is Britney Spears' fifth house. Let's go on to Britney's. There we are. So Britney Spears is Virgo ascendant, and Saturn has been sitting pretty much on that degree of her moon. So Moon in her chart is her dad. BK is the indicator of father for her. So Saturn has been sitting on her fifth house, on her moon. I mean, she's obviously going through Sadasati, has been going through that for really a few years now. And so is literally creating all these things for her, bringing everything out, making her, this is the thing with Sadasati. It's not easy for most of us because it creates massive, massive changes. But honestly, if you trust and, we all need a little bit of bravery, but it does help you push through and creates a success. And Shravana, her moon being there, obviously she's suffered massive depression as well during this time, having such a heavy planet sitting on your moon. It's also very, it's the whole of Capricorn has been affected during this time. So it's affected her, just the two feminine planets in her chart, they've been very much affected by this. So she's feeling the lack and this she's paying off karma because obviously Saturn is karma. Make sure that we all pay off our karma, and Ketu is all this previous life stuff that's coming out. So my gosh, it's amazing what's going on. So right now as well, she is in Jupiter and Moon, kind of, what do you call it? Dasha. So Jupiter is her Keshma planet. So it's actually, despite the fact that it is it's a difficult, and it's also, if you look, Jupiter is in Swati for her. So it's, although it's her, supposed to give her all the comforts and everything, but Rahu is a difficult planet for her. It's really strange in her chart because she's got Jupiter sitting in Rahu nakshatra and Rahu sitting in her Jupiter nakshatra. So although it gives her wealth, massive wealth as well, because obviously there's a connection there between, connects these two second and 11 houses. However, it is difficult because Rahu is a very difficult planet for her. It's her Vipat planet in the nakshatra schemes, and it creates 8th and 12th house issues for her. So whatever she gains, there's like losses to go with that. However, Jupiter is trying to help her achieve what she wants. I'm actually just going to quickly just change this. Just want to see what her yogi planet is. Okay, so yogi planet. Okay. So anyway, going back now. So what's happened in the skies, right? We saw that Moon was in Purnavasi for her, which is a Jupiter nakshatra. So it wasn't a surprise that it was going to bring out some news in Gemini as well for her. And so very, very amazing, because Gemini being press and media, so all those old karmas that she has paid off, and she was victorious, because obviously she's also got a lot of things going on in Capricorn. So Uttara Ashada, which is like also a nakshatra, is invincible. So she was always going to be able to deal with these things, even though it has literally not given it any form of mental peace at all, because obviously, also having Moon in Capricorn anyway, it is difficult because it's Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn at the end of the day. So in the skies right now, so let's go back what's happening now, what's brought all these on. So we've had Saturn sitting on her Moon, and in the actual in transit, Jupiter also is sitting there too. So she's got Saturn and Jupiter both retrograde on her 5th house. So Saturn ruling her 5th and 6th house is actually what has done is it's kind of stopped her fun and her joy. And Jupiter is a ruler of her 4th and her 7th house. So 4th house being family. So things to do with family has come out. And at the same time as well, Saturn is also aspecting Rahu, which is 11th house. So it's brought out things to do with her gains, finances, also networks and groups. So it's not just her father, but there are also other people within the network which have been really pushing down on her, having her wealth and her gains as well. And also from there, also Saturn has been aspecting her 2nd house of money as well. So again, it's because 2nd house is gains, is her values, is her family. So all of that is also being highlighted because of Saturn's been sitting on her 5th house since 24th of January 2020. So all of this stuff has come out. It's also aspecting her 8th house too, which is like sort of changes, massive changes. Sorry, not 8th house. It's also aspecting her 7th house. 7th house being like the opposition, her public as well. So in a sense, other people is brought that to you know, focus as well. So a lot of changes going on in the sky. Also at the moment, Sun and Mars are on her ascendant. So again, very difficult time for her, and she's had to work really hard. Whenever you got Mars and Saturn, any connection between the two makes you work really, really hard. And Sun for her is her 12th house of secrets coming out, you know. When it's gone into her first house, all the secrets about her has come out. And also Mars rules her 3rd and 8th house. So all to do with secret things going on, you know, but also her 3rd house is the natural 8th house of the zodiac. So you can imagine all the things coming out now is going to happen, wasn't it? So, and I think let me just check on what was going on with Mercury. Oh yeah, so Mercury is also her 1st house ruler, is retrograde in the 2nd house, and it will come back again into in October. It will come back again into the 1st house. So it's very interesting time, and there could be some more stuff coming out too. And obviously in the sky you can see that Ketu is also bringing out, you know, just literally cleaning out that 3rd house for her. How she's now communicating all the secrets, because also Scorpio's house of secrets, and her Rahu has been sitting on her 9th house of father. Well, for a pretty long time, since last year, and it will be still there. So there's still some things to come out again about her father, because her father has been suppressing her happiness, because, you know, that's yeah. So that will be there. There still will be more things coming out, because Rahu will still be in Taurus till for a good part of early next year before it comes out. But Rahu also this month will be transiting into Kritika. Kritika is ruled by the sun, so she will be cutting major things with her father. Comes just literally the rest of this year, but it will start just as soon as Rahu goes into Kritika. So very, very amazing times for her, really. And also at the same time, you will have Ketu transiting into what will be her Vishaka nakshatra. So it's still in Scorpio, but it will be sort of partially to do with her 3rd house and 2nd house as well. So that will also will be bring in, because it's all sort of activated because of being in Jupiter Dasha. All of that will be coming out to do with secrets of not about her sort of her job, and also family things as well. More family stuff will be coming out as Ketu will be transiting. So I don't think this will be the end of everything for her, but I think Ketu transiting then into Vishaka, because Vishaka is for her, will be her victory, complete victory. And once it transits into Libra, which will be next year, she will have much more control. And I think it's worth knowing also for her, Jupiter is her Keshma, that's Kshema planet in the Vimshottari Dasha. So in the end, what she will gain once this kind of Ketu comes through, it will give her peace, and she will create a temple for herself, because this Vishaka will be her temple nakshatra. So yes, and that would be amazing, and that will happen actually. It will coincide with Jupiter then returning to her 6th house and aspect in her 2nd house. So that will be next year when that will happen. So it is pretty amazing that how things are just coming out little by little. Just going to have a quick look at her dad's chart now, because you want to just have a look at how these transits are on her dad, you know. So her dad, I don't know his time of birth, but his soul planet is Venus. So if we look at his Venus right now, where you can see, can't you? So excuse me. So you can see that his Saturn is sitting on Britney's ascendant, and right now Sun is sitting on his Saturn, which is a very difficult thing. Sun Saturn, he's kind of losing his authority, really, in a sense, and Mars as well. And from his soul planet Venus, Mars will be his 6th and 11th lord. It's a very interesting thing, actually. I just want to point out that I don't want to say it in like an individual sort of thing, but from his Venus being his soul planet, Bharani is a very, I know it's ruled by Venus, but it is very, very difficult nakshatra for some people, particularly I think when he's in the 20s, early 20 degrees, sort of 21 to 25 degrees. It's quite difficult. It's quite harsh. It's quite secretive. It is all to do with birth and death, and having Jupiter there really, not Jupiter is in very unfriendly nakshatra there, because it's Venus's nakshatra, and 11th house for him is his groups, networks, cult. So this people that he's hanging out with is quite a difficult nakshatra. And look, Mars is also aspect in it. It's not great, really. So imagine what Britney has been dealing with, really. He's got some really powerful networks that he's with, and obviously it just means also through whatever it is to do with his daughter, 5th house stuff to do with this child, he's actually been gaining lots of money and power through that. Unbelievable, really. Unbelievable and this actually also gets confirmed from his moon. From his moon, again, look, his 11th house is again a difficult one, isn't it? It's got Mars, which is like this 12th lord of secrecy, in the 11th house. Some secret sort of networks going on there. So honestly, I do wish her well. I think, he has been secretly gaining quite a lot of money through his daughter, hasn't he? So a lot of underdealing, stuff like that. And naturally, when Moon is in Moolah for him, for Britney's dad, it's only natural that because it's to do with Ketu will bring things out, and he is right now from his soul planet. Ketu is in his 6th house of litigations, and Rahu also from his moon is in litigation, 6th house. So yeah, the nodes are actually bringing everything out. And I would suspect with lunar eclipse coming and solar eclipses that are coming, the 2 eclipses, more stuff will come out. And but I think it's fair to say that Britney is set free, and she can now get on with her life with much more peace. Jupiter has given a hard time during this this period, but ultimately was always going to give her a lot of peace, and so I do wish her well. I hope that kind of made sense. I know it's been difficult for her. So anyway, I'm going to stop sharing that. I hope that was you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you.